hands-on history experience. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is Pennsylvania State Representative Mark Gillen. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me back, Jill.
The whole idea is connecting kids with history that's all around them. You often give kids a tour of the state capitol. Talk to us about the importance of this experience for particularly fourth graders.
Well, it's really illuminating. It dovetails nicely with their experience in school learning about Pennsylvania history. So when you have something that's hands-on and comes alive for them, it's really a starting point. The Capitol is not an endpoint experience. It is a museum. It is catalytic. It encourages lots of questions. It's awe-inspiring. If you walk into the Rotunda area and you look up, it's St. Peter's Basilica sitting off the banks of the Susquehanna River. It's the French staircase at the palace at Versailles. They look up. And for the first time, these children have had a glimpse, in many cases, with their own Capitol building. They're learning a little bit about state history. They're also having the opportunity, many of them for the first time, of meeting their state representative, which I find it interesting as I go back into the district. I have more fourth graders yelling my name than adults. It's Representative Gillen. Just happened yesterday, as a matter of fact, when I was driving in the district. So there's a lot of different touchstones. I like the idea as an educator, I'm a state certified teacher, that I can have a hands-on experience with my constituent children out there, and then I give them a little quiz. When we go into the House chamber, I'll stand there with them and ask them some questions. I have some little flags to give out as well.
And for fourth graders, they are actually learning about Pennsylvania state history as part of their year in school. But for them, this is an opportunity to see government in action, but also see a really beautiful state capitol building. This is one of the most impressive in the country.
Yeah, if you were to read a very sterile newspaper account of what we do in Harrisburg, based on my recent readings of the newspaper, you probably have quite a bit of a different perspective of what's going on versus actually physically touching the legislature, the building, looking at the chamber, learning a little bit about the process, voting, the desk that you actually sit at. I've talked to students many years later. I've only been here a year and a half myself, but they had visited previously, and they say that it was an experience they really never quite got over or forgotten. They were stunned by the building. They also learned a little bit about the job that you do, and I've been in there, and the speaker was up on the dais, and we had members present that interacted with them. The actual voting process itself. Many didn't realize you couldn't vote undecided. You're yay or you're nay. And if you're in your chair, you have to vote one way or the other on legislation.
And this is a building that dates back to 1906, dedicated by President Teddy Roosevelt. If teachers, other groups are interested in scheduling a tour, can they do that?
Certainly. They can contact us, and if they choose to go on their own or not greet the state representative, or I'm not here, we'll provide maps and other literature for them, so it could be self-guided, if you will. The Capitol tour guides will meet them in the Rotunda area and take them through the building. Regardless of the size of the group, they will be accommodated.
All right, and a wonderful opportunity for school groups to learn more about Pennsylvania history, the building itself, and about the legislative process. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, Jill.
We've been talking with Pennsylvania State Representative Mark Gillen. I'm Jill Horner.